Hello, welcome to another Gaming with Z stream. This is your buddy Z. How are you guys feeling today? I'm feeling fantastic. Thank you for asking. So, hey, we're on a journey today, okay? This is a journey that everybody has to do. All Minecrafters experience this at some point, right? We're on a journey to find a base location. And I don't know if you do this, but this is something that I do when I'm considering where I want to build a base. First off, I think, what have I not done recently? Um, and then I try to do something that's not that, right? I like to mix it up a little bit. I feel like that's the only, uh, measurable thing, and not even really measurable, just thing that I can do that's like, hey, we're improving, we're changing, we're getting better at building bases, right? Is if I just make myself build bases in different locations, and with different materials and things like that. So, uh, you tell me, as you can see the question at the top there, do you have a favorite base? Location, type, anything like that. Do you have a place that you always build your base in? Do you have a certain biome that you always go for? Is there a feature that you always look for? I'm kind of infamous, actually, in a weird way. Not in a practical, like, it's happened frequently on stream or in video or whatever, because I'm pretty good about it with videos and streams and stuff. But with among my friends, I will often just build a base in the same location pretty regularly. I'll just always do the same thing, which is to find a really nice island that's got a pretty big footprint on it, so that way I can expand out a little bit, but is otherwise, you know, somewhere where other people aren't, right? Because I like to spread out a little bit. I don't like to do the same thing. I don't like to be right next to somebody. I don't want to feel like I'm encroaching on their creativity by being present myself, which is something that I've experienced in the past. One of the things that comes up for me is that I know Minecraft, and especially modded Minecraft, pretty well. I wouldn't say that I know everything. I'm not vain like that, but I know quite a few mods, like how they work inside and out, and then I know Minecraft pretty well. Like, there's just a lot of structural knowledge that I have about this. And since I often try to get other people involved rather than just um, doing it myself, right? I try to make servers for my friends or for people they know that they're like, hey, I want to get somebody into this. Um, so yeah, I try to always keep the thought process open that I don't want to taint somebody else's experience with the amount of knowledge that I have. Because I think part of the fun is the experience. It's getting to take a look at it and do it yourself, right? And there even in like an incredibly minute way, if I'm hanging out with or working with somebody, there's just a lot of stuff that's gonna bleed through that, and it's not even intentional, and it's not really something I can help, right? They'll say something out loud, and I'll be like, oh yeah, no, it works like this. Here's how you do that thing that you're thinking of. Um, I'm really bad about providing solutions to things that people are talking to me about. And whether or not that's a good thing is often debated. Like, I myself debate whether or not the rapidity with which I will offer solutions if it's a merit or if it's actually like a negative quality. Because, everybody's not looking for that. That's not what everyone wants necessarily. And especially with a game like Minecraft, a lot of the fun is being able to find it out yourself. And so if you don't get the opportunity to do that, then, you miss out on that amount of playing the game. Which is why I often go off on my own. Number one, I don't want somebody to be like, there's all this resource that's just available next door, so I can just go ask for it instead of hunting or doing anything myself. Which I don't have a problem with, like, the actual activity. Like, quite often whenever I build farms or whatever, even in vanilla light stuff, just like a vanilla Minecraft style iron farm, right? If I put that together, I often don't care if somebody takes stuff from me. I don't have a large enough server population at any given point that, like, the amount that I need is somehow not fulfilled if I'm working with other people. Very rarely it's the case. There's only been a couple of times where I've actually had to, like, sit down limits and be like, hey, I was waiting for some resources to spawn. I have another project in mind. So I'm going to have to ask you to leave that alone for a little bit. Like, it just doesn't really happen. But, this here, and you can kind of see it on the map now that we've come down a little bit, because it wasn't very far away from spawn. I found this location. But this is, over here, is a moonlit valley. That's the name of the biome. You can see it. This is what the grass looks like. This is what the water inside the biome looks like. These are the types of plants that spawn in here, including some warped nylium. There's some large amethyst buds. I don't think that you can actually farm these because none of them are in the complete state. They're all in the budding state. So you can't actually grab them and get amethyst, but you can silk touch the clusters up if you want to. And I think that, yeah, there's even some warped nylium along the river base just a little bit, right? But the other thing that this particular location in my world, which again, the spawn rules I set forth in the first video, including the seed. So if you want to go and watch the beginning part of that stream, you can see that for yourself. But the main thing about it is that number one, this has got a large footprint, so there's a lot of room for me to spread out, because I feel like I will need to, just because I know me, I know how I am. Number two, there's a beach with some sand to get me going on several sides of it. But look at these gorgeous cliffs. Look at this terrain I have to play with. The waterfall, the stuff above cloud level, but also the stuff below cloud level. There's a lot to work with. And most of the cliff top is that moonlit valley. It's the same as you can see, this is where the biome kind of differentiates. That's where it comes down and turns into the other biome. So I got a lot to look at there, right? There's a whole lot of terrain for me to play with. And it's also on oceanfront. You can see there's easy access down here to the sea. There's some ice over there in the distance. There's snow and ice to the north if I need it, because some of the crystals do need that. But then also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that there is a village just over here, kind of to the side of it. And that village will be able to provide me with quite a lot of villager materials if I need it. So let me grab this boat back up. I'm going to place down these flowers just so they're out of my way. And then we'll come up here and we'll explore a little bit on land. I got some pumpkins, which is nice. There's some granite and gravel over here, I'm fairly certain. I put the indicator on the top line, which, if you're wondering, how was I making new terrain and spawning new stuff? Just for those of you who have never thought to do this, right? If you're playing in a single-player world, or if you're playing on a server, and you have the seed, you can spawn a copy of the map in creative mode, and then you can fly around a little bit, which is what I did. I made a copy of this world, set the game rules to creative, and then just flew around in it a little bit so that way I could see what was available on the map, because I wanted to find a good base location. And so that's what I did. That's how I find most of my base locations nowadays. It used to be that I would, like I said, I would just grab a boat and go to the biggest ocean that was nearby, and then I would just start sailing until I found an island that I thought was big enough. That's, like I said, that's kind of what my friends make fun of me for it. But it's just because, man, it's good, right? Like, nobody's complaining about how secure boats, or how secure that is. You know, it's really easy to keep monsters away from you on an island. It's a lot easier to light that up than it is to light up anything else. But, you know, when you're playing modded, you have access to, for instance, Torchmaster, which we will eventually. It'll be one of the first mods that I unlock, for sure. We can set up a place that monsters just can't spawn anyways, because we can just make mega torches. And I don't think that the recipe for them is that crazy. Mega torch. Ooh, chromatic steel. So that echo gem. Okay, it's a little expensive. It's a little expensive. But after we unlock it, we can also use a little trick to get a few of them maybe for free, especially if it's one of the first mods that we unlock. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so now we're up here. This is kind of the high point of it. I think this is almost the peak. And I'm about to show you a truly majestic view. This is the thing that really got me going. But look at that. You can see all of that around the edge. You can see there's a forest down there. You can see the trail off of the Moonlit Valley. And this is one of the peaks, but then over there, you can see I'm just trying to get a little bit of a better angle here. You've got a plateau, 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 and also a huge cave system underneath that. There's an absolutely massive cave system underneath this mountain. Like, you can see I'm at 188, 189. That's my height right now. So that's how high up I am, right? But that's not how... I mean, like, obviously that leaves a lot between there and negative 63, right? Because that's where the terrain goes down to now in this update. So, I mean, like, that's a lot of space. And they chose to fill it with caves. And I'll show it to you, a little glimpse. But until we can get an elytra, I don't really feel comfortable going in there, because there is a lot of monster activity in there. Like, even just the little bit that I flew into with creative on in my test world, there was so many monsters spawning. Because this is both a positive and a negative of being the only one that's on the world, right? If you're the only person that's on the world on the server, then you get to take up the entire monster cap on your own. And so that means that the totality of the monsters that can spawn in your world are going to spawn around you. But, yeah, let me see if I can... Yeah, look at that. Look at that view. So you can see that's a lot of, I mean, just from this one angle with all this stuff in our way, we can already see that it's got a lot of volume to it, because this whole plateau basically is hollowed out. It's more like a shell surrounding a gigantic cave. And it's the same thing for the other ones too, because it really is one of those massive, like, you know, Caves and Cliffs update, right? It's one of those massive cave systems. If I had food, I might squab with the skeleton, but right now I have all my food stored. We'll take this waterfall up. That'll get us out of the way. Let's see if we can just actually get, like, all the way up. I mean, at the very least, we can get higher. Oh. Piece of cobblestone. Oh, but yeah. So this is where we're going to base. This little plateau here, I think, is the perfect location for us to be at. It's got the right mix of proximity to other resources. And it's got, you know, some good building material nearby. It's got stuff that we can weave in. It's got a slightly mystical vibe, which I know doesn't really do anything for everybody, but for me it does. Like, I like the archetype of the wizard, mage, you know, kind of personality. That's why my avatar wears the robes. But, you know, a little bit of mad science caked in too. So yeah, this is where we are going to be setting up. And look at that. Look at that view. Another gorgeous vista for us to look off to in the distance. But yeah, there is a village over there. We actually probably almost passed it by. Or maybe we did pass it by. Did we walk through that one? We might have. That looks kind of on the edge of the terrain that we looked through. But yeah, so this is the whole biome. Technically, it stretches off into this one as well, but I don't intend to make it that far. I don't really want to be over there. I'm good with this. I don't even know if we'll move beyond, like, these 3 or 4 plateaus that are here. If I'm being honest, it really depends on how many farms we have to build and how spread out we have to get. But yeah, so this is where we're going to start out. So first things first, as I'm sure everybody has to do this at some point, right? Let's just set up like a temporary camp with a bed and some wall. And yeah, we'll do it up here. So we'll clear out a few flowers and then we'll get started. So I think about right. I don't want to be like at the very top. So maybe we'll put down about right here for a corner, and then we'll just kind of clear stuff out around here. Now, as far as skill points go, because I kind of left this open for last time, I did take 2 points in Vein Miner. I think I'm going to take a 2nd point in Heal, but I haven't quite decided yet. And then from there, I don't know. I think maybe some Strength. Because right now, I don't have any gear. Although I can get some, it occurs to me, because there's a quest I can finish. But yeah, right now I don't have any gear that really defines anything about me. I do like the thought of casting magic, so maybe like Storm Arrow, Fireball, Ice Bolt. That's something that I find interesting, personally. Maybe Nova. I think Nova's a little bit more dangerous than like my skill level will be good for, because I'm under the impression that you have to be a certain amount of in danger to use Nova well, but oh no, there we go. But yeah, let's dump all of this stuff out of my inventory. This is everything that I was like carrying with me that I couldn't fit into the shulker box we found. And then I kept the shulker boxes for the vault stuff separate, including the altar and the stone that we had placed down. I picked all that back up. And then the other random supplies that I found, I put in here. This is everything that's from the chest, basically. But yeah, so let's, can we... Okay, yeah, we can kind of vein mine the plants. A lot of mod packs will make it to where all plants count the same for vein miner, so that way you can just like hit a whole field. But does not seem to be the case here, so we'll just kind of have to wander around a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, we still have our magnets, so it's not like it's that crazy for us to pull it all down. Okay, and then we'll pop this also into the chest here. And then we'll need to get some cobblestone going. We'll need some food. I can't remember if I had any extra food that was stored in here anywhere. I thought I still had the potatoes, but I might have indeed ate those, unfortunately. I got the sweets. I can eat that, right? Well, actually, can't we make this into cake or something? Let me grab, yeah, just these planks so I can get rid of them, right? And then... Waka? There we go. It's going to be operating with a lot of spruce, I feel like. And just here for now. We can turn these into a cake, right? Hey, there we go. So let's set that down and then we'll... Hey, I mean, that was pretty filling. That was pretty filling. I'll take that. And then we'll put down this bed to have a spawn point set. So yeah, let's drop that back in there along with that. I really thought that I had some potatoes, but I guess I either ate them or left them somewhere. Either one is equally possible, sadly. But yeah, so we needed to collect a few materials, and I thought, you know, we could collect them by going down into a mine or whatever. What's up, Hig? Or we could go into a vault and grab some stuff. But I think since I'm so new to this and I'm so unaccustomed to it, that I think we're just going to do it out of some local materials. We'll grab some wood here. We'll go down a little bit. We'll grab some cobblestone. Just something to get us going, right? I mean, like, we have a nice little ravine here. This is a good place to grab from. Ooh. Until, of course, there's a witch. So let's just we'll grab a little bit of cobble. Just a little bit to get us started. Two. Gotta sleep. Cannot let anything spawn on us right now. We are too vulnerable. There we go. And then we'll farm a little dirt to fill that in. This ravine's a little crazy, honestly. Wait a minute. It occurs to me, I am doing this the wrong way, right? Because I have vein miner. Why would I mine one block at a time? What a fool I am. My magnet is apparently very weak, though. I think I was 3 blocks away from some of that dirt and it wasn't pulling it. There we go. Okay, that'll let us do a little bit of a fill in here. There we go. And a little bit of terrain around so that way it's not just sort of free floating. I mean, I'm not going to get in-depth terraining done here or anything, but just something so that way there's a little bit of plausibility to its existence. Good enough for me. Alright, let's grab this tree out of the way. Good, our vein miner reached up to get all of it. So now we just have to wait for the leaves to decay. And then what is that tree material? It is stripped spruce. I thought so. Very fine. And then we've got acacia here. And acacia in straight lines, that is a rare commodity. But I will 100% take acacia in straight lines. Who would turn that down? Not a soul alive would turn down acacia in straight lines. And then we will replant some of the spruce trees. Now I do have to be slightly careful about that here because I don't want to plant any of the big spruce trees because I don't want to change any of this to podzol. I like the gray-blue grass. So we're going to try to keep a hold of that, at least for now, until we start spreading out and doing stuff. And then we will use, I think the acacia actually will make a good floor material. We'll do this the classic pattern. And then if we strip it, that stands out a lot from the blue, but I think I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it standing out from the blue actually helps to set it apart. It helps to differentiate it a little bit. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. We're going to go ahead and do that. So let's grab some more. Just mine out a little bit more. And since tool durability seems to be affected when you vein mine, I'm just going to use my hands. Flowers of the Savannah. An acacia blossom. Yeah, so we'll start the other direction here. And then we're going to need a little bit more from our stone axe until we get enough materials that we can really just build a bunch of iron tools. But we're brand new, and we're eager to jump into mod pack stuff, I don't want to do a bunch of vanilla stuff, so we'll use some stone tools for some normal stuff like this. Man, it'd be nice if the planting the acacia trees actually made them grow like that here, but I doubt that they will. I bet that it's vanilla generation inside the biome. When you plant them yourself, probably. But we'll hope. We'll hope that that will come out as a straight tree. We just won't hold our breath. Okay, so we're on this direction. I'm going to leave that one. I like that one being there. I can take down this one. This is kind of too near. Oh no, that one was not high enough. Well, we'll have to resolve that later. And then let's grab... Thinking here, we'll get this one. This one's in a good position that we can lose it. Because I don't want to pull all of them down. Because I do want some of them to still be present. I might even have to build some of them back up since I'm, you know, low on materials and need stuff. But I want some of the trees to continue to exist. Okay, good, good, good. Just about one more tree and we'll be finished with our floor. And then I'm going to use some of the, I think the stripped spruce to provide the corner pillars, because there's quite a few of those around. And I think I can thin that out a little bit. And I have some normal spruce logs, not very many again, because we're so brand new to this world. But we do have some that we can get. So let's come over here. Let's go a little bit away. And we'll take some of these down. Let's, just in the off chance that I don't have enough vein miner, because I don't want to repeat that accident with the previous tree. Let's do that so that way we'll just do it in 2 parts. And we can make sure that we will take the whole tree. I mean, I do have 16 blocks of vein miner, so it's not like it's a crazy small amount. I mean, it is compared to, like, you know, normal, I guess. I say normal. That's not the right word. Other mod packs that I've played. That's really what I mean. It's pretty small compared to other mod packs that I've played. I think most of them start at 16. And then if you were to level up whatever relevant skill twice, you would actually be sitting at, like, either 48 or 64. So yeah, just one more of these, and I'll have enough for their floor. Oh, I just now realized these are even like acacia like wood, not even acacia logs. These are acacia wood. So these are actually really nice custom generation. How much of the strip do I got? I got plenty of stripped, I think. So that way, There we go. That nice little back and forth kind of checker floor. I like it. Not everybody does, but I like it. And then we will pull the corners out. And this is like 100% just like a me thing. But I like to add that just little touch of slight realism. I mean, this is Minecraft, right? So it's really hard to say anything about realism. But a slight touch of realism. I like to dig down one deep, so that way the logs that come up for my corner posts are actually embedded in the ground. It's something that nobody else would notice. You know, nobody's out here like checking my builds for authenticity or whatever. But I do it. It's for me. You know, you're allowed to build stuff for yourself. You don't need anybody else's permission to build a certain way. So that's why I do it. But by all means, don't do it if you don't want to. You can save the extra log. I'm just going to pick up all these materials as they're dropping down. Because again, we don't have very many materials, so we're in a state of waste not, want not, if you know what I mean. If we haven't wasted it, then there's no chance that we'll miss it. Oh, as the leaves despawn, we'll be able to pull stuff out. Okay. And then one more post here, and then another one there. That's gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to, I gotta deal with it. I can't leave a hanging tree. Nope, not tall enough yet. There we go. That's good enough. It's just not me. I can't do it. Okay. Another piece of cake. Yum. Then how high do I want this little starter thing to be? I think my corner posts need to be about 5 high. Oh no. What are you doing? There we go. No, sir. That behavior is too risky. Can't have a creeper crawling up out of it. That's 5, right? Yeah. 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah. And then I think I want to have a bit of a wraparound porch, but this one I'm going to do with pillars. But I think 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that seems excessively large, actually. I'll put that back. So maybe just like 3. It doesn't need to be super big for a porch. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll need to kind of move around that a little bit. Ah! My goodness, that is the most deadly accurate sniper skeleton that's ever been in existence. I gotta do something about that. I can't just let that be a thing. You can blow up down there, that's fine. But how about I just, you know, we'll just place down like just a few torches, just like right around the edge here. And then we'll do the same thing over here, since this is going to be a problem. There we go. Because they can spawn during the day down there, so we got to make sure that they don't have the opportunity to do so. There we go. That's should be the same level. And then we'll do it over here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not in line. Actually, that's not in line either. I came out 3 instead of coming out the 4 that I need. We're a little short. We'll need some more dirt. We'll go grab some more from down below here in a minute, but that's to get me started. There we go. That's even with the cobblestone flooring, so that'll get me started on making the other posts when we have more materials. But I know that I'm going to want that. I want a big wraparound porch, so we got that going. So then the actual walls here, I think it's just got to be spruce wood. I mean, like, could it be a better material? Potentially. Could it be a better material with what I have on me right now? Probably not. So let's go, we'll get like a whole stack of spruce logs just to get us going. And then I know I'm going to want a door on each side. So we'll do that. Except for this one. We'll fill this one in all the way. After we're done with the cake, we'll fill that in. And then we'll leave this open for a little bit of window action. I think I actually want the windows to be too tall. Yeah. Yeah. And then here, we'll build the door frame. And then I think we actually have, if we come over here to our collected materials, I've got those, or maybe I put them in here already. Yeah, the oak door frames that we took to go and find our chromatic iron. And I want them, Since I'm going to spend more time inside than outside, I think I want... but yeah, I need to be able to get into the doorway. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. There we go. And then we'll grab some of these spruce trees that have grown since we planted them, just to get a little bit more wood, and then we'll pop them back in. I guess we could vein mine the leaves too. All right. Just get us a few more materials, and then we will plant some more of these spruce down. Although I don't want it that close to the acacia. And the good thing about us planting the spruce trees that we're finding, right, is that we can just carve them out, right? If we wanted to make more of these, we could actually just take the spruce trees that are growing up from our saplings, and we could just, strip them, like in place. And then it would kind of have the same effect. I mean, I'd have to get some of the leaves. And then, like, unstrip them. But it wouldn't be that big of a deal. All right. And then, yeah, I'm just going to place that, and then that will be the spawn. For now, anyways. So let's grab out another stack, as we definitely need it. And I kind of like... We'll do the 2-window design on each side as well. For now, anyways. I feel like that might be too symmetrical. But just for now, we gotta have something going on. It can't just be a wall of spruce. There we go. Goodness. There we go. What a nice little start. This is very, very, very beginning, very friendly. And then we'll build up a few little bitty things. So I'll have the long porch on this side, so I don't need anything here. But here, on this side at the very least, where is the crafting table? There it is. I'm going to take this inside too, just before I forget. And we'll just do it right here. There we go. We're going to get a set of cobblestone. To act as sort of like a back porch entryway. And then let's grab all of these chests that I just sat down. And we'll bring them all inside. Which side? So this is the side that I'm not going to be entering from. So these are the sides I'll be entering from. And this one goes more in the direction. So this will be more likely the place that I'm doing stuff from. So I'm going to close off these 2 windows. And then this will be chest corner, right? And now I happen to like vanilla chests much more than I like the spruce chests. So I'm going to do it like that instead. And then we'll just pop all of this back in there. Grab everything else before it despawns. And then just put it all back in there. And then where is that? I'm going to put that just on my bar because that's where food go on my bar. Do you guys, that's another question, right? Do you guys do the same thing? Do you have a certain location on your bar and you're always going to place like certain items in that location? Like my sword's always on slot 1, my pickaxe always on slot 9, my axe always on slot 8. A lot of times I have a shovel here, but this one, depending on like what tools are available, it might be slightly different. But yeah, I always put the same locations for all of the tool slots every time. Torch is always on 5 too. Speaking of torches, let's not forget that we need to do that. And then we'll also do... For now, I may move the ones off of this side since they have the benefit of the porch, the someday porch. They'll have the benefit of that, so I might not leave them there. Yeah. So let's get out some of that wood. We're going to make a few more chests. Now, does this mod pack have... It does. Good, it has that recipe. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is how many I need. So we'll just have to make 8, unfortunately. There we go. And then for the roof, we'll need more materials. I might do the roof. I might want to find a whole other wood type to do the roof in, which means we'd have to travel a little bit or go into the vault, the much more likely answer. At least for right now. So, oh man, oh no, that's a crate. Hey, we never popped our crate. Let's do that real quick. Let's see what all we get from our... Because we successfully completed our first vault, our elixir. And you get a crate anytime you finish out a vault. So let's shift right click, bust that open. And we got an unidentified shield, some boots, a helmet, and some boots. And we got some rare plus here too. Hey, also, I'm pretty sure from the quest, don't we get some gear from it as well? Yeah, let's complete that real fast. So then we've also got a sword and another shield. Okay, well, I'm going to save those for... Let's do the sword first. Shield, and boots. We'll get these going. Okay, and then we'll grab the helmet and the boots. I also got an augment. So, no matter what, this is the stuff I'm going to put on. Because I don't have any vault gear right now. So, I mean, like, it's just between, like, which of these boots is better. So, I mean, that one has more stuff, so I assume that's actually better, but that might not be the case. Effect avoidance, item quantity, item rarity, knockback resistance. They both have 5 armor. This one has more durability. And is soul bound, so that means I won't lose it if I die. So Pretty sure that's the one I want to go with. But we can also, so one of the things that's cool about this is you can pull up the vault screen, right? Oh, that's me looking at the same. Okay, never mind. And you can actually, if you just put it in, you can see. So like my defense is only 4% there, but here it's 7%, and here it's 8%. So these are actually better from a defensive standpoint because they've got that additional armor down there. I didn't notice that before. That's on me. But yeah, so 8% from that. But yeah, like I said, probably gonna rock these because this will also get us more items and more rare items. So that's nice. And then my Vault helmet is health, item quantity, mana regen, effect avoidance, armor, and ability power. So we'll go ahead and pop that on. And oh, we got like a little wolf, a wolf totem, I think. That's nice. It actually kind of goes with my my mage hat. On my skin, I wear a hood. That actually does not look bad. And then we've got 2 shields and a sword. So I mean, like, obviously the sword is just like yes, because it's gonna be better than this. If I put this in my hand and then look at my screen, right, you can see my damage is 11.2. If I put this in, it's 16.9. So that's a big difference. Attack speed's 1.6, 1.61. Horde damage, stun attack chance 9.5. It's got a lot of repairs. Pretty good durability, but it is scrappy, so I probably will find something better. I'd like to hope I find something better quick, right? And then we've got 2 shields. So we've got 11% effect avoidance, chilling cloud when hit, soul quantity, but no block chance. Am I missing it? I don't see any block chance. Yeah, no, it has thorns damage instead. So I guess that's just the build for the shield, right? And then we've got 10% block chance on this one, and it is, I mean, they're the same rarity, right? So I think my defenses are going to be 20% there and 11% there because that one doesn't have any block chance. But does my DPS go up for the thorns? No? Okay. Well, that's probably the better one for a brand new player like me, right? Is to use that. So, okay, cool. I've got some decent stuff from my first vault. I'm not mad at it. And because I exited the vault at level 6 and I completed the quest at level 6, I guess it just all was level 6 immediately. But yeah, we'll put... So I'm going to try to keep it separated by like vault stuff on the right, non-vault stuff on the left. So we'll put like that and the extra gear and this augment over here. And then what else? We got 2 of these as well. Unidentified focus. Although these are level 0, so they're going to be pretty low. They're both scrappy. So healing efficiency in mana and cooldown reduction in mana. That one has a lot of repairs, though. That's a crazy amount of repairs, right? This one only has 1, and that one has 7? But yeah, so I mean, like, I need a shield. I'm brand new. I feel like I need the defenses. So yeah, we're still looking for a chest and some pants. That's what we're looking for if we're going into the vault for materials. So let's otherwise kind of look at this. So I have the iron sword that I foolishly took in there. But otherwise... Let's drop all of this into the vault materials chest because I want to clear out my shulker boxes so that way we can use these. And I'm sure some of this is like combinable. Wooden chest scroll. How do you make that again? Wooden barrel. I wonder what the size of these is. Because I'd like to think that if it's using vault materials, then it's not just like a normal barrel or a normal chest. We'll find out. We'll find out eventually. But yeah, I want to take these 2 shulker boxes with me, so we need to get them emptied out. So let's place down the altar here. And then I think, yeah. And then we'll put a rock in and we'll see what our first crystal is going to be. What's over here in my normal ones? Yeah. Bing. Let's see what's required of us. So 3 leaves of any kind, 3 sticks, 3 copper, and 4 stones. That's not too bad. So let's finish sorting stuff out and then we'll hop into a vault. Because I don't know about you, but I'm getting... Maybe antsy isn't the right word, but like... I want to get some stuff going. And then I think that the pickaxe is going to be low enough that I can get all of the durability back. And then, right, another one of the quests is to get an enchanter, a vault enchanter, chromatic iron blocks, 2 emeralds, a book, and an enchanting table. I have obsidian, but I have just enough obsidian. So maybe we'll hold off on that for a second. Where did I just put polished vault stone? But where's the other one? I should have 12 of it like on its own. But I don't. Maybe it's still... it's still in there. Foolish of me. And then we will... We'll have to do something like more grandiose later, but for now, I think we'll just pop it over here, just so we've got it down somewhere and we can use it. And for now, we'll have to skip out on the corners. Although I say that, and I think, yeah, I've got 4 extra because that's just how you make it. So we don't have to skip out on the corners. And then, yeah, there is one more. Boom. Okay, so copper, though. Copper we don't have. There may be some on the mountainside, though. There's definitely going to be some down there if I just dive in a little bit to this ravine, almost assuredly. I mean, it's not like I don't need iron either, so... Yeah, this sword's nice. I like it, even though it's a little rough looking. It's definitely not me coping. 100%. Now, who needs all the flashy, cool-looking swords? No, I've got a scrappy, broken sword that looks sawed in one corner. You only wish you had a sword like mine. Look at it. It's definitely not rusted and falling apart. That's not what it is. Nope. Not my sword. Scott character. Just gonna collect the iron as I'm going by too. And hope that I can get back out of here easily. I don't know if I would say that it's lucky, but I do have kind of a thing going with creepers this series. It seems like they will come at me like they're going to attack me, but inevitably there will be other monsters around as well, and then somehow the creepers will end up helping me with those monsters. This is like the 4th or 5th time it's happened. No. Waiting to see that block chance happen. I know it's possible. It's got a 10%. Stymied by copper. As a lot of people are in the early game, right? Surely it's not just a me thing. Surely other people have been like, oh no, copper on like my 2nd crystal. Or are you guys the type to prepare better than that? I think I might be too high for copper. Like, it might just not even spawn at this level. Because I'm up on a mountain. So, I might not be able to see any down here. I might have to tumble off the edge, so to speak. So let's go up. Oh goodness. I don't know how much of that I can do. Okay. We'll get that one first. So when we get this one, we will just go in. It's going sideways that's making that happen? Wild. Poof. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably have to go down. We'll start at the edge. After we catch a quick sleep here. And shut some of our doors instead of just leaving them all open. Goodness. Where are my manners? And then, you know, we'll kind of let that happen. And And then we'll have a solid way back up. And there was already a waterfall on this side anyway, so it's not even like I'm greatly changing what was here. So let's see, 129. I'm still up really high. Hey! Sometimes, though, it just works out. I was just thinking that I'd have to, like, make another path up because there wasn't water that went all the way down to the shore, but, you know, we can just grab a water bucket here real fast, so that way we're prepared again, and then we can just jump back up. No problem. If we happen to see any more copper, which we do, we can go ahead and grab it. Copper's another one of the materials that, like, I feel like once you start getting it, you get so much of it, and then you're like, I don't need this much copper. But, you know, right now, we need everything, so we're not going to turn it down. I'm looking around to see if I see any more while I'm reascending. But yeah, we will need a permanent way up eventually. We cannot just rely on water streams the whole time, right? Eventually we'll need to make, like, an actual elevator, I guess? You know, or eventually we'll have an elytra and it won't matter. This mod pack is cool in that it is one of the mod packs that lets you make an elytra. Like, it provides a custom recipe for it. So we don't even have to rely on going to the end to get one. I should already have, yeah, a few furnaces. Let's put those there for now. And then I don't have any coal. I don't think. Yeah. So we'll have to burn a few trees. Hey, this one random stripped acacia log. That'll be our first charcoal. And then let's grab a couple of these spruce trees that we planted ourselves. So that way we can get some charcoal going. And then we will put this copper in there. And then we'll be good to get going. That back down. We'll put that one down a little bit further away than the portal is. There we go. And then while we're looking at that, can I fulfill this with cobblestone? I can, good. And then I'll need... Do I have 2 iron already? Cool, I do. Yeah. Let's get some shears, because we're going to need some leaves. Pop those back in there. Okay, let's grab a few leaves. We need 3. There we go. Yeah, I guess I should check if I pick them up. And then 3 sticks. And then we'll put equipment stuff there, I guess. How much string do I have? Not much. Unless I have more over here. I could break down the cobweb, but... Oh, there's some. Okay. That is vaguely enough. Now, second question. Probably passed through it and didn't see it, but yeah, I don't have any poppies. I was trying to make purple dye. Maybe we'll find some in the vault. Because I do need to... I have all of these soul shards. Right? I honestly feel like I need to leave that one and I need to take this one instead. And I mean, like, 100%, I'm just going to put a bunch of soul shards in there, but... That's the 5 wool we need to make the soul pouch. That we can store those shards in. And then it stores an infinite amount of them, so it's amazing. So what are we missing from this? We're missing an enchanting table. Which I can make, but I know that you can find an enchanting table in the vault, so I'm just trying to be a little bit frugal here. Because I'm not even doing, like, any amount of resource gathering if I don't have to. And we got another crystal. Wonderful. These guys got mixed in on accident. Okay, so we've got a couple of shulker boxes. We've got our new gear. Arguably, I need some kind of blocks that will stand out, but I don't really have anything. So I guess I'll just take some cobblestone with me. And then I'm gonna need... I mean, I don't know that I need it, but I don't know that I don't either, so... A shovel. And then a new axe, because this one is already about to break. Okay. And then we'll just... I can't throw it away. We'll put you in there for now. Okay. So, inside the vault, other than just the general loot and gear that I hope that I find, right? I hope that I find an enchanting table, so that way I don't have to make one myself. And I also hope that I find red dye. Because I've got blue dye. We've got cornflower all over the place. So we've got blue dye covered. That's not a problem. We need red dye because we didn't have any. We have not found any. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, so experience points, skills. This will be like the last thing we do before we go in. So got 2 vein miner. I think I want a 2nd level of heal. And then... ability power and a radius around yourself. I don't think that my attack damage is 10.5. My ability power is 7, so maybe I just need to make myself... You know what? I feel like this is a pretty common thing to do, right? There we go. Whatever. And if we need to undo stuff later, we can. I'm brand new. You'll have to forgive me for being brand new. Okay, so another elixir vault. No big deal. No big deal. I'm going to grab a little bit more cobblestone just so I've got like almost a full stack to run around with. Cool. And then I want these. You know, but maybe the end if I have room. That's what I should do. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what we're in for then. Okay. So that way I know I came in from there. And then I'm gonna move around a little bit. Like, I know that I can loot that room, but we can loot that room towards the end too. So let's move through here and see what's like on our border, and then we'll grab some stuff out of here. I do like that this one has the lodestone like right at the front. So we'll head to the bottom and see what's down here. Not bad. It seems that I am sort of... I'm blessed again, I think, because it looks like the wooden chests, like the normal chests, have a pretty decent amount of elixir in them. I must have triggered something. I must have triggered something a little bit further away from me. Maybe above. Possible. Possible that I got something above me. And I got some more... looks like I can make some more shulker boxes if I need to. Let's do regeneration for a few seconds. Not mad at that. Thank you, game. Trying to be nice to a new person. What's the story here? What do you look at here and you see? So the last thing is the rock meat. That's like the first thing that I get to ignore. What does that POI say to you? And that's the first thing that I hit. So maybe it was up in here, whatever I triggered. No. I mean, they were definitely coming down from there, though, so... What could I have triggered that would have made things fall down on me? I don't know. That guy certainly wasn't triggered, so it wasn't over here. Okay. For those that are watching, if you have any tips that you would like to lay on me, this is one of the few... I think I'm one of the few people that's not going to yell at people for backseating. So feel free to call out any tips you have inside of the chat. Now, oh, okay, thank you, Dawson. Thank you. That's a great shout. Maybe it got assigned to something else for me. I'll have to look up that keybind. Because that is a good bit of info to have. But middle mouse click is not doing it for me. And I rebind a lot of my keys, so it's totally possible that it's my fault that it's found something else. And you know, I should have done that before I did that, but I actually could use some more books too. Alright. There's probably like a whole other side of the top that I could get into. Oh, actually, there's one more thing right here. Ooh. I guess the wraiths are like immune to knockback, because they do not register that I have hit them at all. Okay, let's tempt. No, I'm bad. Double bad. Okay. Oh, and I went all the way down to the bottom, which I didn't mean to do anyways. Triple bad. Okay. So then, where did I come in? I came in there. So let's go this way and we'll see what's in the next room. Over? I hit that one? Okay, just making sure I hit that one. From that angle, it didn't look familiar to me. And then we'll get healed up as we're moving. Okay, I spawned in something. Probably there's a POI directly underneath me. Yep. Hey, I heard the block. Actually, I don't even have to use the... Since I don't have any kind of a proper tool to break anything right now, I just have to do this. Come back over here. Oh, you guys are like smart. You're not gonna do it? Oh. Tonight we are drinking sweet tea. Sweet iced tea. That is the drink tonight. No, okay. Okay. So we've got a little bit of that and a little bit of that. That looks like come out of the water so that way I mine at full speed. Okay, let's start collecting up the shards. And then we'll grab everything else in this one except for the shulker boxes. We will leave those out so that I will know that I have them. And if I want to collect some wood, which actually is right here, one more and I would have enough for 2. Okay, so if I really need them, I can make 2 more shulker boxes. Yeah, because I have a crafting table with me. Yep. Oh my god, I didn't go high enough. Okay. So there's that. Let's take the top down. Two potion cartridges. Someday, I will actually craft a potion. But today is not that day. Hey, one of our goals is fulfilled. I can make a... Aw, did you get trapped? Poor guy. And I've got to keep in mind that there is a horde of those somewhere down there waiting for me. So it looks like there's something else over there. Ah, that's why they couldn't get to me, because the chains are auto-climb. That makes sense. That makes sense. This is the side I can go down a little bit safer. Okay. So then let's see. I came out of that one. Let's go. I'm not going to run out of time before I finish. I'm already so close to being done. We'll just press forward. Because like I said, I would like to find, if at all possible, some form of red dye. Ooh, the chromatic iron room. I do not want to do this right now, so we'll just keep pushing forward. But I think the only chance we have of finding any red dye is if we found a village room. So I think that's the only thing that has a chance of spawning any kind of a flower. So we're probably not going to get that one. Probably going to miss out on that. on that little hope. Honestly, just throw that in there. This one, Okay. For better or worse, I'm kind of used to running up there and pressing the shift or the sort key. So it's actually not hurting me that much, I don't think. I mean, it's definitely slower. I'm not here to defend it and say it's not slower, because it's definitely slower. But I don't think it's actually killed me that much. I'm just going to get rid of that part of the screen. I'm sure all of those enchanted books look phenomenal on the stream. Oh, you're coming up that side. Okay. Orange gelatine. This looks like some kind of a special room. Probably isn't, but it looks like it. I'm sure the true, like, veteran Vault Hunters are seeing me and, like, cringing at most of the things that I'm doing. Those that are really in the know, surely, are like, oh, what is this guy doing? Placeholder objective. Okay, there we go. Got out of that. That was a huge little POI thing, so I think that might be the whole downstairs. Just that one POI, actually. I will go up over here. This room has not had an obvious lodestone yet that I've seen, so keep that in mind, but I've got to go back at least one room. Unless I find one here. Because I gotta watch that time. Because as well as we're doing, I would hate to throw it all away. I hear a baby. A baby zombie. I wonder what all the green stuff is. Like, what would that be? Nothing up here. Okay, alright. Should have just left that baby up there by himself. Get rid of that, that. Okay. Actually, you know, I don't have any oak wood in the outer world. So you know what? While I'm here and I've got the chance, I'll just go ahead and pick that up. Sure. 5 minutes left. Ah, there is a lodestone. Okay. Can I hit? Yep. Okay. But I mean, yeah, that kind of feels like, unless there's something else over here. No. So I don't want to, yeah, I mean, I don't want to dive out of the vault like 3 minutes early. I can still loot a couple of POIs. Let's at least push forward. Beetroot crates. God, that is a genius maneuver. You're such a stud. That whole downstairs area had crates. So, okay. Instead of pressing forward, we'll look down there and see if any of them have any beetroot crates, because they very well might have. Or not that one. It was previous room, I think. Up there had some too. But I don't want to get back up there, so we're going to go backwards. And then we can offshoot from that room if we need to. Beetroot crates, though. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh. Oh, I did. Okay, I marked it. I know I've seen tomatoes there. They can't be turned into red dye, I don't think, but I know I've seen those. Yeah, right here. That's crate of carrots. Carrots, carrots. Carrots, carrots, carrots. Incredibly unlucky. Nothing but carrots in this one. Carrots, carrots, carrots. Yeah, they're all carrots. Anyway, here's a POI we missed, actually, while we're just here. Well, you know, if I had been looking for that the whole time, I probably would have found it. Now that we've only got like a minute left, I mean, like, I might as well grab up the carrots. There's no reason for me not to, and carrots can come up in vault stuff, right? Fortunately, for the actual quest, if not the quest inside of the vault, I do believe I have some beetroot seeds, so I can just plant them when we get out of the vault, so. Yay! We completed our second vault. So yeah, raw room. Yeah, none of the others were actually special rooms. Thanks, Dawson. Thank you. I appreciate the GG in the chat. GG's all around. GG to you for the help, actually. I will consider you a treasured ally in that quest. So 83 chests, most wood. Didn't find any ornate, so we didn't probably get too much more gear unless the elixir crate has some. 80 mobs unalived. Very fine. There's nothing wrong with any of that. So we'll pop that down and then start kind of unloading a little bit. I'm going to put all of this into the same one just to clear it out. Then we've got an enchanting table, so hopefully that means we can make the Vault Enchanter. I'd really like to see that. We got 14 more shulker shells, so we got that going for us, which is nice. So let's get the more valuable stuff. At least to me it's valuable for now, right? Gold. And then we'll just kind of fill everything else in. There we go. So that gives us our 2 shulker shells back. 2 was a good number for us, apparently. So now we'll undo this and do vault. So 2 emeralds. Oh, that's going to be the thing that stops us immediately, huh? Yep, I don't have any emeralds. Well, it's okay. We've got villagers, so I just have to set up like a little trading station. So let's see what we got first before I jump into anything else. Let's look at this. So we've got a chest plate. Good. That's going to be an upgrade for us. Some boots, another focus, and another shield. So the chest plate's 3 armor, which I think is really bad, actually. Because, like, an iron chest plate has 2. So that's, like, as good as diamond, I guess. But knockback resistance and item rarity is nothing to scoff at, I suppose. I don't think those boots... I mean, increased attack damage and an extra armor. But that's still the same armor that we have on our boots. Yeah, I don't think that's better for us. Shift and click the up arrow on the chest. Oh! Yeah, this is my first time playing Vault Hunters. Well, not my first time. Like, I tried a couple of other times, but I just never made it anywhere. Like, I gave up, or the friends I were playing with wanted to stop playing, or something along those lines. This is my first time playing, like, by myself, where I'm going to play it regardless, basically. The lowest implicit monoroll on the focus, and +1 level to taunt. So that's not for us right now. So we'll just throw those in there. Should have grabbed some more cobblestone while I was in there too, just so I didn't have to mine out any more here, but it's not like it's difficult to get. But yeah, this is... you could call this like my first serious go at it, I guess. That would not be unfair to say. And because there has been like a divide in its progression as far as Minecraft versions, and thus my knowledge of Minecraft current generation mods, there's a lot of stuff like little tips like that I don't know, like shift and up. I guess that does insert. That like just puts it all in there as long as it's already in there. Does it just put everything in there, or does it put just the stuff that matches what's in there in there? Good. I do have beetroot seeds. Yeah, no, for sure. I 100% agree. That will help it stay organized. That's a good shout. Another one. Thank you, my friend. Only works in the overworld, not in the vaults. Makes sense. That makes sense. Because they wouldn't want you to, obviously, eventually you want to have something that breaks the chests, so that way you're not, until then you're kind of limited on how you can interact with the inventories inside of the vault. Which makes sense. I'm not mad at that at all. I could finally eat that last piece of cake. I'm just going to go throw that up there so I can see what the next one's going to be. But okay, enchanting. I want to get that going before I head back into the vault. So let's grab a villager and a fletching table. And just make something super basic for now. But I don't want it right next to my house because these guys make so much noise. So let's move over to the side here. Cheap out on the corners. The villagers do not need the extra protection for now. Yeah. I'm excited for it. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people would say something, like, negative about the grind, but, I mean, I'm here. I'm here for it. Like, I want to play. Alright. And then... let me get... is it... no, it's 6 for a trap. Yeah, there's my stick boy. No, that's the point, and that's something that I was trying to communicate with like other people that I've played with the game. Right, is that um, while I can recognize that there is a certain level of grind that you're like, right, it's never like when you do actually accomplish the goal, you get to feel super good because you had to work for it, right? That seems like kind of the point. I think that's what the mod pack creator was actually thinking when they put that together. Seems to be, anyways. So then, chromatic iron. I need 18 of that for the 2 blocks, and then I need a book. There we go. And that completes that quest. And then I get a few levels and also some emeralds, so that way I can enchant my first pieces of gear. So for now, that'll live over here. And then, so I definitely need to get like unbreaking and looting on the sword. And then the actual vault gear that I have. Depth Strider, Feather Falling, and Unbreaking. Unbreaking. Unbreaking, Aqua Affinity, and Respiration. For me, I need all of it because I'm like that. I'm that guy. And then for the pickaxe, efficiency. Ooh, and I'm out of emeralds. Okay. So let us get some more sticks, as it turns out. But yeah, no, I'm excited about it. I don't know how much of this is going to happen on Twitch and how much of this is going to happen on YouTube. Probably a lot of it's going to happen on Twitch, honestly. But man, I'm excited for it. I saw the new update as like a sign, you know? You've been wanting to play it, there's a new update, go play it. That's how I thought of it. And I'm not a person, like, I don't know anything about like any of it, but I'm not afraid to learn either. So I don't think it's going to be a problem for me. I really wish this recipe was a thing, though. This needs to be a recipe for sticks. Come on. I think that's a full... No. It's double that for the stack. Yep. Okay. And then, you know... Go ahead and get that for me as well. We'll get a few more of that going. But yeah, not being afraid to learn, I think, is like my biggest chance of success. Because, well, that and, you know, some of my good friends who will come onto the stream and be like, hey, you're doing something wrong, or here's a better way to do it, or however you want to think about that, right? Like, I'll be happy with people helping me out. I'm not so proud as to tell people like, hey, I'm brand new, don't help me. Especially when it comes to the gear stuff. There's so many different affixes and prefixes and implicits and everything else, so there will definitely come a point where I will need some help with that. So. Just help clear up some of the leaves before I walk away here. And now you're an apprentice. But yeah, you're gonna get all of your stuff just on the back of sticks, my friend. I don't know how to tell you this. But all of your whole economy is gonna be sticks. But okay, something else I can look at while I'm letting some of these trees regrow, I guess. Expertise. I don't... Let's see. I mean, an extra level of fortunate. Ah, a certain percentage chance that the altar will not... I think I remember seeing this one in one of the videos that I watched as being a good recommendation for low-level people. Sure. I'll go ahead and get that last point of strength just cause, and then I've got 2 points, and I think I will learn dash. That's enough for me to get unbreaking on my pickaxe, which is, for me, necessary. Unbreaking 3, efficiency 5. Not bad. Not bad. And then I've got 1 more emerald for eventually. Actually, I'll just go ahead and turn in these for 2 more. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. So throw those in there. I'll put those in there too, just because. So then, I have some bones, surely. Let's see how these beetroots are coming along. That's enough. Well, I mean, I'm just going to throw that in there. Harvest those potatoes. For some reason, I have them stored right here, right now. But okay. That gives me... I need 3 total. And then 3 total. Because that'll give me 6 total. For the 5 wool. Oh man, and this coin pouch. I'm gonna need that eventually too. Ooh, an ender pearl. I don't think I have killed an enderman yet. Well, let's see how the cave looks. No, it was the other side that goes down into the cave. This side goes to the cliff face. Lots of spiders. Not lucky enough to have an enderman just spawn down here, huh? Maybe if I clear out some of the stuff that's here, I'll get lucky. And, you know, I just used up all my string making that wool before I went into the vault. So, you know, it's not something that I really need to super turn down the chance to get more. I love the shifting watercolor as I come down into the gravel beach. Surely now that it's night, I will find an enderman. Oh, also, your good shout. Let me see. Sort, probably? So no, it is middle button. I guess sort target inventory also needs to be middle button. There we go. Ooh, a golden apple inside of the ruined ender portal. Don't spoil me, game. Speaking of don't spoil me. And we got an ender pearl on our first one, thanks to the looting. Listen, you. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna turn down extra ones. Goodness. Okay. All right. Game. You know, I said cheap out on the corners for the start, but then he almost got killed by a Zomble. So, you know, I guess don't do that. I guess don't do that. All right, bud. There you go. That, too, though, will be enough for me to then, not the emeralds, the pickaxe, but silk touch on the pick. Okay. Goodness. Okay, so then I need gold for the gold nuggets, and then we will have our pouch. Yay! Boom. 1,180 in our soul pouch. Feels good. Feels good, man. Just gonna light up a few more places here. There we go. Okay, so what's needed next? 5 sticks. I didn't put any up, so we'll do that. And hey, that's conveniently very 5. Very 5. 6 wheat seeds, which I do have. 3 dirt, which I do have. And then 2 of that beautiful charcoal that we just made. Then before I hop back into the vault, I am going to make or place one of them there. I know it's here. If I just keep looking, there we go. Cake. Dink. So, okay, I've got 3. And surely 3 will just be enough. And I don't have to worry about it. Okay, is there any other preparation stuff I need to do? You know what? I'm just gonna throw my next one on there too, just so I can, just so it's there. Hey, it completed automatically. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. A spore growth mushroom biome this time. Hmm. Oh, it's water. Oh, goodness. I gotta be honest, I was 100% expecting that to be glass. Just collecting these bricks so that way I'll have something that's like easily identifiable because I don't have a lot of cobblestone. All right. So that's where I came in. So it looks like this is a whole ore room. Because that's 3 POIs I've seen that are ore based. I am sort of okay with that, since I have not did not get any last time, really. So if nothing else, this is me collecting materials, but I will say it does not appear like, well, you know, the actual ores themselves, I guess, those are giving me a decent bit of elixir. As it should be. I mean, like, yeah, the vault cobblestone shouldn't give me a lot of elixir, I guess. This vault theme, I guess, has a lot more entities spawn all at once, or maybe because I have leveled up a couple of times. Certainly, I'm seeing a lot more individual mobs spawning. Yeah, I mean, if they're given a nice bit of elixir as well, that's, I'm not going to be mad at it. And that does seem to be given a pretty okay amount. Oh. Almost missed a little blue boy. So that's... Oh, there's another one back there. Okay. Will you... It's bugging me because I don't remember and I don't want to stop what are the tanks for this theme are going to be like huge, buff, like gross looking wet mushroom guys, right? Like that's what I should be looking for. To me, they look wet. They look like they have like spore juice coming off of them. Okay, looks like I got it all. Fork Fox. It's going. This is my third vault. I got pretty lucky, I guess, because I found a nice ore room, and I got quite a bit of materials, including I think I saw either an echo or a black opal in there. Yeah. Thank you, Dawson. Appreciate you. Good, I can get rid of some of this. Okay. But I am all like super brand new and stuff, so I will say, Fork Fox, that you will have to forgive any noobish mistakes that I make. Your laptop is terrible? Man, I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm used to reaching up there to that button. I gotta get used to pressing the middle mouse button. Oh, little slimy boy. Hey, there they are. Death Cap is what it's called. Okay. I didn't know what kind of the elixir that the slimes are going to be worth, so I had to try. Yeah, I mean, fortunately, I do have the advantage that I do watch people play, or have watched in the past people play. So I mean, like, it's not like I don't know anything. I just don't have any skills, I guess, yet. And I mean that just in like the way. Oh, hold on. Oh no. I just mean that in the way of like I haven't built up any of the muscle memory or the knowledge of the game, more than I mean like anything actually negative. Tanks drop a lot of soul shards. Okay, all right. Good to know. So I got that, got that. I got both of those, right? Yeah, okay. So it's this one up here. Do you mean Minecraft in general, or just, like, Vault Hunters? Just one chest, gross. No, don't try to take that driftwood from me, I still need it. Okay. Oh, didn't quite make it. Oh, and I don't have any water right now. Right, because I had to make the farm. That's right. Oh my god. There we go. You know what? I'm just going to do it my way. Okay, you know what? I don't need whatever's up there. I don't need whatever's up there, I guess. We'll just move on to the next room. Yeah, I never played any of the previous versions of Vault Hunters. Again, meant to, thought it would be fun, just didn't get around to it. Had other mod packs that I wanted to play, so. Watched people play it, never played it myself. Ooh. A bunch of ornate chests, you say. So raw carbon is like the first one that I pay attention to. Sometimes that's all that's in the chest, apparently. No. Unfortunately, no gear inside of the ornate chests. But, you know. Yeah, I mean, fortunately, the elixir setup was good to me this time. It's actually been good to me every time. I guess I'm just getting unreasonably lucky with it, but, like, every single time I've done the vault, the elixir vault, it's wooden chests have been like a jackpot for me. Is that unusual? I mean, I'm guessing from your reaction that it's unusual, but... I did not edit any of the settings for the vaults, so everything is stock standard that direction. BT dubs. I didn't say that to anybody when I started up the world, but yeah, I didn't. I wanted to get like the quote-unquote standard experience, so that way I would know how it felt to do it as developer intended before I started modifying things. I already did that one, okay. Potatoes, apples. I mean, like, it's free food estate. When it's stuff you don't have. It's all bonus from the vault if it's stuff you don't have, right? Okay, and I already got those. I know that I cleared this area, but I don't know if I got these. Yeah. And those ones I got for sure. Okay, I think that's this room done. So that's where I came in, so I'll go out this door. Well, that leads up. I bet it's just like on the other side of this hole. Oh goodness. I wonder where they actually came down from. Ooh. Ah, some came from above. That's why. I was like, dang, that was a lot of monsters to spawn in that one location. I need some kind of a ranged ability to deal with stuff that happens above me like that. Yeah, don't poison me, little slime buddy. Why couldn't one of you coin piles spawn in the middle up there? Why did you all have to spawn so un-vein minorly? Okay, I guess that's probably all down here. So let's see if I can get anything out of the top of this room. I was about to say, a whole POI and only one chest in here? Come on now. That's greedy. That's stingy. Don't be stingy. Oh. Hit the wood. We made it. Guy here. That guy's just gonna bounce down there. That's just, he's like feeling very at home. He doesn't need to come up here. He's like, I'm chilling. I'll get you when you come down. That's what his thought process is. But he was wrong, unfortunately. That guy has a symbol. Okay. Well, I guess that just means he has more hit points. Champ. Oh, yeah. Champion. So he probably had some kind of a weird status effect, too, that I just didn't get to see because I killed him really quickly. They can be very deadly, but drop good stuff. Good to know. Good to know. So yeah, that was an ore room right off the entrance. Good to know that I recognize that. Yeah, GG all around. I appreciate all the help that you guys have given me. 78 chests Actually got some ornate this time. 4 coin piles. And 177 mobs unalived. I do fight. I do fight quite a bit. Okay. Okay. Let's, I gotta put a roof on this. Alright, so... For killing him, we did get an Omega Focus. Hey now. Don't you threaten me with a good time. I gotta combine some of this stuff up. But okay. We'll get that rolled. And then we'll open up our crate. +1 to Rejuvenation Totem, +1 to Vein Miner, 6% cooldown reduction, 4% trap disarm, and 7% healing efficiency. I need a shield though. That's how I feel about it. Which maybe is the wrong way to think about it. Like maybe that's not a good shout on my part, but I feel like I need a shield. So let's see what the crate gives us. An unidentified vault axe and vault leggings, which I still need, so that's good, and another shield. So unfortunately the legs were scrappy, but I mean it's gonna be, yeah, it's an upgrade. 3 armor, 2 ability power, increased attack damage, and extra durability. We're looking awful scrappy. And then a Vault Axe. Assassin damage, Horde damage, Poison Cloud, and attack range. I mean, it is slightly higher attack. A focus? Like a trinket? No, it's an offhand. It's like it's like your doesn't replace magnets either. I know, axes suck. I'm 100% with you there. It's not happening. I mean, as good as all of that sounds, it's not happening. +1 level of Fire Shot, plus 12% soul quantity, and 5% cooldown reduction. No, dude, it's okay. Like I said, I'm not complaining about any amount of help that I'm getting. Durability, Thorns, Knockback, and 7% block. I think all 3 of those sadly go in the eventually it gets scrapped pile. How many? 2,290 soul shards is what I'm up to, since I definitely do that a lot. I fight way more than I probably should. Well, I probably fight the right amount, right? Who could tell you how much you should or should not fight? Nobody, says I. Okay, we'll put the crates up there. Jewel pouch. Plating. So yeah, I'm gonna get all this stuff sorted out. I got 1 more Vault Crystal ready. I got like 1 more run in me. But I just gotta get all of this out. So in this chest, we got our ores. So we got a black opal, Larimar, Painite, Xenium, and Benioite. Benitoite? For now, put that up for now since I've got some vault stone to use for my extra things. And then I got this stuff, which I won't be able to fully sort in, I don't think. Oh, right. Okay, shift up. Shift up. I'm gonna put the knowledge down here anyways. Okay, but these are... I do have some decorative stuff that I somehow accidentally picked up, so I'm just gonna, like... There we go. Decorative, decorative, decorative. I'm gonna take those out. Is there anything else that's decorative that I'm missing? Sandy rocks, topaz. Also, that just shouldn't be there, I guess. Okay. Boom. Alright, cool. So then I've got all this decorative stuff. I guess I'll throw it up here for now until I can get rid of it. Put that down there. So soil I'll keep. There we go. Okay, and then I've got some vault cobblestone and some vault stone, and then I'll put that in the good to go chest. Okay. Okay. So that gives me back my 3 shulker boxes. I've still got plenty of blocks. I'm somehow holding on to some vault meat. Okay. Okay. So let's take this here free crystal. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna... Well, now there's no point in me sleeping. Okay, so... Skills, though. I got another point in expertise, and I gotta tell you, getting that free vault hit immediately feels pretty good. Two skills. What could two skills do for me as like a passive? Haste, speeds 4. Potions, right. I should also make a potion. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that next time. I'll just hold on for now. I'll figure it out later. I want to get in this vault. Oh. Okay. Brazier. Okay, different vault this time. Brazier vaults. So I have to find those, get 3 of them, and then do I still have to make it back out of the brazier? Like, do I have to come back to the entrance to get out after I've hit them? I think I do. I think I do. So this is my first brazier vault. I've never played this type before. Okay, good, good. That is you know, I'm gonna pause here for a second. I'm gonna admire this little mining laser that they got here. That is a cool design. I love how creative people can be. Minecraft is such a good game. Okay, so here's a brazier. Weakened powers, more souls, cooldown reduction, and mana regeneration, and soul shard quantity. Well, I don't have any powers, so I think that one's okay for me to hit. Except for healing. I do have healing. But it gave me healing efficiency? Or something? I don't know. I should have read it. I should have read it more carefully. God, it's your first time. Stop panicking. It's okay that it's your first time. Hell? Mushroom stem. Oh, but you can still read it. Okay. So, cooldown reduction, mana regeneration, soul shard quantity, but weakened powers. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, and we got a little, +2 regeneration. I don't need that right now, but there's no reason for me not to hit it. It doesn't do anything. So I could go up top, but I think there's only one brazier per room, too. So I don't need to stick around in a room where I have already found a brazier if there's not easy, good loot to get, I think. So, okay, luckier chests, weakened powers, cooldown reduction, mana regeneration, item rarity. That doesn't sound bad. Doesn't sound like a bad thing. Number of things to get. No. Hey, there's an unidentified vault chest plate that's rare. Oh, no, common plus. Okay. Common plus. I'll take it, though. I'm not mad at it. It's not scrappy. That sounds great. Hello? What's going on, guys? Okay, that's all of that. So that's probably like a hidden room back here or something, yeah? Oh, but I literally put that in the way. There we go. Ooh. I'm not mad at anything that just happened. But I am out of room. And then let me throw some of this out. There we go. Yes, just jump over the wall. That's a thing that everybody is capable of doing in Minecraft. Just the two, okay. I should work out a chest breaker. I should get on that. That was a big coin pile. Okay, again, kind of the same logic, but these chests are easier to get, so I guess I will head down. I mean, I guess the real pro strategy for Elixir Vaults, or not Elixir Vaults, Brazier Vaults, would be to get the bonuses that you want and then come and loot all the chests. Because you can get better chests by waiting. But, oh well, we're learning. We are learning. I spawned another one? So nice of you to all just come at me one at a time. Dog, like, for real though, like, where are all these coming from? Is there a, like, permanent spawner down here? Or maybe, no, I mean, maybe I just hit, like, seriously, there was like 6 spawners that all got activated at the same time. Wild. Okay. Welcome back, Fork Fox. This is my first Brazier Vault. You have joined at an opportune moment. Makes sense. Makes sense. Aw. Trap chest. First one of those I've gotten too. Aw, little slime buddy. I have no reason to kill you this time. You won't even be worth any elixir value. So you can just hang out in that little room there. I always think it's wild when people like randomly stumble into something that they know nothing about. Like earlier, you were saying that you were watching somebody who didn't even know what Vault Hunters is, and I'm like, how? Like I can believe that somebody didn't know what Vault Hunters was, right? But like, why would somebody be playing this if they didn't know what it was? But I mean, like, I guess that same thing could be said for any mod pack, right? I just, like, there's so much knowledge that's required to play this mod pack that, like, randomly stumbling into it actually seems like a bad idea. Okay, so where did I come out? Okay, this is where I came out, since I need to make it a little bit more obvious, apparently. Nice! I love hearing about the successes of other people as well. Completed an Elixir Vault? Yeah! I, too, give them a GG. Or I would if I could. Somehow they now know that I would give them a GG. Okay, let's see what the brazier is in this room. Ah. 1 more souls, but 1 grievous wounds. Soul shard quantity and healing efficiency. Well, I mean, I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna... No. No, no, no. You don't need to do that. Yeah, tell them. Tell them that another random streamer who played Vault Hunters is like, you know what? Good job, bro. You succeeded in your first Elixir Vault. Good job. But make it sound very sincere, because I do mean it sincerely. I celebrate the successes of other people. A trap. Dude, I actually started in Sky Vaults. Like, 100%. I would be playing Sky Vaults if it hadn't been for one little weird trick that kept me from succeeding in my Sky Vault world. And that was that I did not know that the Nether was also a void world. So I caught a crystal, like and I mean, like, this is one of my first crystals, because I didn't make it very far in that world, because I just didn't. But one of my very first crystals was like, hey, I need 2 netherrack. And I was like, cool. So I hopped into the Nether. And you already know there was no netherrack there. I don't even need to tell you that for you to know that. And then I know that the raw vault, the vault that you get access to for playing in Sky Vaults, can have nether, like, no nodules? I don't know what to call them, like POIs. They can have nether POIs. Like these things, but that are nether themed. But since I did not know that netherrack was going to be a rare material in my world, the one of those that I found while I was playing on my own, because I legitimately only, I think, found exactly one nether POI. Ooh, I can't fight that guy until I kill the champ, right? That's what this means. Hey, you shouldn't be like that anymore. I killed your guy. There we go. So, when I found out that netherrack was a rare material, and that I needed to treasure it, unlike how you would normally play the game, I pulled off 6 crystals from the raw vault crystal. Ooh, good shout. Good shout, I hadn't noticed. I need to watch that little thing, the ticker on the side, but I sure don't. But I should. I should really watch that. But yeah, when I found out netherrack was a rare material, I ran 6 of the raw vaults. I pulled all 6 crystals off of that little nodule and ran all 6 of them and did not find a single nether POI that whole time. And that's probably just bad luck, you know? But at that point I was like, I'm just gonna play on a normal world. I'm brand new anyways. I shouldn't be complicating this. I just have an affinity for Skyblock. Skyblock's my favorite way to play Minecraft. Home is fortunately not very far. It's only like 1 room away. But, yeah, I could go back to the first room and then go a different direction instead of going further away. That's a good idea. But I think I'm only 2 rooms over. This should be the vault's portal. Yep. Okay. I love the vault logic. It's like, okay, you either get 8 normal ones, you get 2 of these guys, or you get 1 tank. This is my rare stuff one. I mean, admittedly, the diamond should have also probably gone in the rare, but whatever. But yeah, so if you do end up playing that Sky Vault world, then, brother, if you find any netherrack, you better hold on to it. It is a precious resource. Undoubtedly, if you ignore it, it will come up. All right. Well, it's unfortunate that I have like a really weird amount of time left, but I guess I can just see what's in the next room and then run back. Yeah, there's a couple of coin POIs. That's nothing to be mad at. Oh, this is an Omega room, isn't it? This is actually like a... Wait, right click that. So get the extra brazier and then head out, you think? Okay. Where was it? It wasn't even close. Yeah, that was a cove. That was an Omega room. Unfortunate. But hey, that's our brazier vault completed. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. So let's see what we get from our brazier crate. You just keep on being like, you want to use a focus, don't you? Unfortunately, I don't. But okay, let's roll up these gear pieces. It's my second Omega focus. So, Fox chestplate, Fox boots, rare, Omega, scrappy, rare, scrappy. But okay. So, man, I'm gonna take a look at these gear pieces and see if we can swap something out. But that's all the time I have for streaming tonight, unfortunately, my friends. So, I hope you enjoyed the show. You know, feel free to throw a follow my way if you did. Yeah, yours, because you're Fox, absolutely. Bam. I think this one might also be a Fox transmog. But hey, also the VOD will be up on YouTube if you missed part of it and want to catch up on the rest. Just search for Your Buddy Z or at Your Buddy Z on YouTube. And if you guys want to see more of it, just, you know, check back in. Feel free to like the video or comment on YouTube. And then we'll see you next time, guys. Thank you for hanging out. This is Your Buddy Z signing out.